Hey, this is Josh bringing you today's Frontend 5, where I cover a front-end development topic in 5 minutes or less. Today, I'm covering CSS specificity. What we want to understand is how does the browser calculate which CSS selector is a higher specificity and which CSS selector is a lower specificity. We know we can add classes and IDs and all of that, but we want to really understand how does the browser calculate this so that we can understand which selectors are going to win out and which ones just aren't. Okay, so I have 3 types of selectors in front of me. The top one right here, the H1, this is a tag selector. Anytime we select a tag, it has very low specificity. We're going to put it in the ones place, as you can see with the comment above. The second one I have is a class selector. We're going to put this in the tens place, so it has kind of like a medium specificity. And the last one is an ID selector. This one is going to be in the hundreds place. It's going to have the highest specificity. So the browser will actually count how many of each type you have, and it will use that to determine specificity and which one wins out. So let's go ahead and look at a couple of examples, and we'll see which one wins out between 2 different selectors. In this example, I have an ID. So this one is going to have a value, since it has one ID, it's going to have a value of 1 for the ID. It's going to have 0 classes and 0 tags. So it's going to give it a value of, let's say, 100. In the second one, we have one class, body class, a section class, a parent class, and an attribute selector that actually counts as a class for this purpose. So we have a value of 4 class selectors, 0 IDs, 0 tags. This gives it a value of 40. So 100 wins out over 40. The whatever element it is going to be yellow because that is the heaviest selector. Let's look at another example. We have an ID selector at the top that's going to have a value of 100, and we have an ID plus we learned that attribute selectors are actually class selectors, so we have a value of 110 on the bottom. This bottom one is going to win out because it has both the class selector and an ID selector. Let's look at one more example. In this example, we have at the top, we have one class selector and one tag selector that has a value of 11. And then we have 4 tag selectors on the bottom that has a value of 4. So this top one is going to win out. It's going to be the color green. Now we don't have to do this math because VS Code actually has a built-in tool where anytime we hover over a specific selector, it'll give us that same math. So no matter how complex we make a selector, it's going to be able to tell us which one's going to win out. So let me actually do that in here. If I hover over this, I can see the CSS specificity, selector specificity that we have on the bottom. It says 004. Well, that's what we just calculated. The same thing up top. We calculated 011. That says the specificity is 011. So it's saying the same exact thing. And as we go back through, we can see that VS Code will easily give that to us. So I hope that helps you as you're trying to understand which selector wins out. It's very helpful to understand selector specificity and how the browser calculates that. Don't just go adding more classes and IDs just because you're trying to make something more specific. If you understand it, you can understand how to use CSS specificity to your advantage. I hope that's helpful for you. If you like this video, be sure to give me a like. And if you really like this video and you want to continue learning in short little segments every single day, subscribe to my videos so I can bring you a video like this every single day. I'll see you in the next video.